Hey guys, it's Wayne Santos, the editor over at CGM, and I swear to God they're really working hard to replace me because I know you guys can't stand me. So, it's like one of these days you won't have to deal with my ugly mug. But for the moment, let's talk about deliberate limitations introduced by design. Now, I've been playing The Witcher 3. It's a game that I'm enjoying. It's like I'm going to be reviewing it. It's like issuing my final score soon. But it's really brought home to me that CD Projekt in particular is doing some interesting things that seem to run counter to a lot of fashionable design trends within the industry. Now, normally when you talk about gameplay, you talk about accessibility and how to make these things more fun and more convenient, especially for the not hardcore gamers, more of the casual and the mainstream guys. And we've seen a lot of mechanics coming in over the years that have facilitated this kind of thing. The most notable one would be the introduction of regenerating health that it's like Halo brought in, where no longer did people have to wander around looking for like cans of food or it's like medikits that would it's like heal them. Instead, with Halo, you never had to drop out of the fight for very long. Instead, you could just hunker down somewhere, wait for a few seconds, and then suddenly your health would come back and you could get in. By making the game easier, the rationale was you made the game more fun and therefore more accessible to people that might ordinarily not play these games because they were afraid that it was too difficult. Now, we get CD Projekt coming in with The Witcher 3, which is a massive, sprawling, dense, complicated, and unapologetically hardcore role-playing game. And what I find interesting about this is that they're doing a lot of things that run counter to that fashionable design trend. Like, for instance, there's an old school mechanic in this game that actually gives an allowance or a budget to the merchants within the game. So, if you come in and you've got like a dozen magic swords and those magic swords are worth 500 gold pieces if you sell them, you'll go up to like the nearest merchant in the nearest town and you will discover this merchant actually only has 500 gold in total for his available budget. So he can buy one sword off of you, and the other 5 swords you'll either have to go off to another merchant who's got more money still, or simply bite the bullet, drop the swords to clear out your inventory, and just walk away and kiss all of that money goodbye. Most people don't do this anymore. Instead, when you go to the merchant, they've got infinite amounts of money. You can just sell as much as you want, collect all of that money, and happily walk away. But the reason that CD Projekt does this stuff is because they're introducing the limitations in the name of immersion. By having these guys have limitations that you have to adhere to, it makes you feel more like you're part of the world. This doesn't just extend to The Witcher 3. This is also something that we're going to see, assuming that their claims are true, in CD Projekt's upcoming science fiction game, Cyberpunk 2077. In that game, one of the things that they're going to do, or so they claim, is they're going to have the voice actors coming in from different countries, all speaking in their native languages. So the Chinese guys will be speaking Mandarin Chinese, the Japanese guys will be speaking Japanese, the German guys will be speaking German, and you will not understand a word they say unless you go in-game and you purchase an in-game translator to have implanted into your cybernetic system. Again, they could have just avoided all of this by simply having the actors speak English with whatever regional accent they come from, but they've decided that for the sake of immersion and to make you feel more like a part of the world, they are deliberately introducing design limitations, and those limitations have an effect on you, and thus because they have an effect on you, they make you feel more immersed. It's an interesting design philosophy. It's not one that necessarily everybody is going to agree with, not even one that necessarily everybody is going to successfully pull off, but I like the fact that CD Projekt is actually willing to do these things to make the gameplay experience a little more interesting, if somewhat more tedious for some people, and I hope that they continue this in the future. See ya.